Hi.
Hello.
Hi there. Hi, everyone. Uh, Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We had a doozy of a show today. We're here to answer questions. We're here to discuss. How did you feel about the show today, Haley?
I don't know. I just keep getting angrier and angrier, I think,
Hmm.
because I feel like we make headway with mom and then it just goes to shit.
Yeah.
Uh, Frustrated, pissed.
Yes.
Yeah.
There will come a time, I believe, when the evidence against Trump or his involvement in nefarious activities will volumetrically be enough for them to not be able to look away from it.
I
We have
guess.
a question here from Louisa Goldberg. Why does your mom find it acceptable to laugh when your dad yells at you, but starts with the victim complex tears when you lose your patience with her? This has been her strategy since we were 0 years
We were
old.
born.
It's that's how she does it. I don't know if she learned this from a lifetime of being with my father or if I don't know. I don't know why she does it, but that is her mode. That is her modality.
Hmm.
Always has been. Question from Toyota Boy Hatman. Bob thinks nobody would attack USA. Clearly never watched Leave the World Behind. That was the Barack Obama
Yeah.
produced disaster movie. Someday someone will attack us without a trace. What is your take? I mean, 9/11 happened. I would say that was an attack on the United States. So it has happened within our lifetime. You could throw Pearl Harbor into the mix. That was not mainland United States, but it was Hawaii. It's totally possible for sure.
Yeah, I think
I
so
don't
too.
I don't know, like, Leave the World Behind to me is a little wild. Like, I don't know that somebody's going to be able to hack the entire computer network of the entire country, including cars and stuff, but
Hmm.
maybe. I don't know. Look,
Something as catastrophic as 9/11 could happen today. Like
for sure.
100% that could
And all
happen.
empires fall.
Yeah.
All things end. That is the only certainty in this thing we call reality. So who knows? Benjamin Needler says, Chad and Haley, please do an episode where you follow Mary Lou researching things from start to finish and presenting her findings. I want to start doing more of this on the Wednesday episodes because she always says that. Well, I need to look into this. Let me
Right.
read these Epstein files. Like, you're never going to read these fucking files. But that's when she comes up against an argument that she can't defend, that is her kind of go
Hmm.
to. Well, let me look into it more. And she never does.
Yeah.
The problem is, I started going back because I was like, let me compile some of this shit or something. I rewatched an episode of ours from a year ago, and I was like, let me watch it on 4 times speed and just go through and see if there's anything I can clip that she said, like, this will never happen or whatever. And now it has happened. It was literally our episode a year ago, and she said when he pardoned all the January 6th people, and she's like, I don't think any of them will commit any other crimes, and many of them have.
Right.
And I was going to present her with some of these clips, and I'm just like, unfortunately, I don't have the time to do this. I
Yeah.
literally cannot do it. Here is Caramel Cold Brew. Haley, you're awesome. Chad, you're terrific. Thank you very much. Caramel Cold Brew. Those are the kind of questions I like to get. Ryan's RPG room. Interesting. Do you think your mom would believe video evidence of Trump and a child, or would she ignore it? She seems to ignore videos you've shown her. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I guess it depends on the source.
Yeah. Her natural inclination, I think, would be to say it's AI. Like, and we talk about this on the show kind of constantly. Like, a big part of the problem, I think, in America or globally even, is that there are these kind of two media spheres wherever you get your news from. So, like, if they're not saying it on Newsmax, it
Hmm.
doesn't exist to our mom and dad.
Right.
And so it would have to be a point where, like, that video would have to be so irrefutable that Newsmax is playing it and saying this is real.
Right.
I watch Newsmax now daily just because I'm like, I have to see what's going on
No,
there.
I can't.
It's beyond how bad you think it is.
I know.
It's not, there's no news on the channel.
Hmm.
None. It's
Yeah.
all propaganda. It's never talking about, like, the big important shit. They're always, like, laser focused on, like, Somali fraud in Minnesota or
Right.
whatever, whatever the kind of, like, topic du jour is that supports Trump or deflects from whatever the real shit is.
Hmm.
So I don't know. The answer is I have no idea. If that video comes to exists, obviously we will show it to her. Shannon Lee says, Shannon from Canada here. Chad, how do you think your parents would feel if Trump decided to attack Canada? We've talked about this on the show. Our dad would love it.
Yeah.
I don't know what my mom would think. It's also like attacking a country that is connected to you geographically, like on the same landmass. Is what would Canada's reaction be? Are they sending troops over the northern border? Are they attacking us? Like, I don't know.
Wouldn't you have to? You'd have to.
I think so, yeah.
Like if you're fucking under attack, under siege, like you're fighting back. I don't know.
So.
It's terrifying. I hate living here right now. I hate it.
Same. The one from None says, just my suggestion, but on Wednesdays, these video clips should be viewed in good faith, and immediate reaction should be the focus. Love the show. They are. I think we do show them in good faith. Mm-hmm. I'm showing videos that I'm like, this is a presentation of this story or this thing, whatever event from the left. And I know my mom is not watching like left presented media. That's a big part of why I do that show, is to be like, look, here's the Nick Shirley one was the last one we did. And it's like, this is a left-wing YouTuber that I watch a lot. Mm-hmm. Check this out, see what you think. And then she plays me her videos as well. Thank you for loving the show. The one from None. Cecilia Zenchin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Love you both. I feel like my life is not spicy enough. That's why I watch y'all, JK. Haley, a big hug to you. I feel your anger the most. Kudos to you too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. There are definitely episodes that get to me and I want to fucking yell at my parents. And I don't like to make my mom upset. I don't like to see her upset. So I will always apologize for that. But I also feel like I need to say my piece. They're pissing me off. Lately, they're pissing me off.
Yes, I totally agree. Is my computer screen in the way? Let me move my computer over here. I forgot to put it to the side. Okay. Where else are we going here? Here we go. CZ Akai or C Zakai 22. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of these. Last week, Mary Lou said Clinton's blowjob was the same as Trump's essay. Could you please tell her about cognitive dissonance? Thanks. Love the show. I've tried many times.
Yeah.
That don't stick. Any kind of logical argument to be like, look, this isn't the same. Just never sticks. Two Icy's One Palm says, love you, Haley. And Chad in parentheses, what? But Haley, especially today, because that was hard to watch. Kudos to your tenacity. You're welcome in Canada anytime.
Yeah. Also, hey, don't appreciate you guys saying that I'm like my dad, okay? Well, don't appreciate.
We are the part of that simmer down today where I was like, what's the most prominent culture and physical characteristic? We are them. Like,
I know.
We are.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. And I have to be cognizant of that because I have like that anger, you know, within me. And so I have absolutely done my best as a parent to like not yell at my children, not spank my children. Like I have had to be cognizant of breaking like that part of them in me.
Me too. That's why I have no children.
It is possible, you know, but like, you know, it's in there. And you know, like I want to call them stupid and I want to call them names and I want to say all that shit.
I just cut today. I usually cut like 3 to 5 clips on Sunday and kind of get them ready as we roll out the week. And then I cut more throughout the course of the week. I just stopped cutting to do this since we recorded. I've cut like 16 or 17 clips already. Yeah. And in one of them, you did call them stupid. You said you're fucking stupid.
Yeah. And you know, I've been to therapy, but I probably should still be in therapy. I just don't have time for that kind of shit. But I am so aware of like the things that I cannot repeat with my own children. And they all have access to therapy as well, by the way. So I understand. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to kind of reconcile, I think, sometimes because I know it's in there. Yeah,
for sure. My level of kind of dissociation from reality, although I do think I'm on the right track. Like I don't think it's exactly just a coping mechanism for our relationship with our parents. I do think that it's my kind of view of what this is. I think I'm getting closer to what it actually is by getting further away from what it seems like it is. All that said, it does help me cope. Let's move on here to TG Gamer 9713. Hello, Haley and Chad. I got to say, it's fucking insane how much your parents will throat Trump that criticize Biden and Dems for doing the exact same shit.
Agreed.
Yes. That, you know,
Agreed.
the thing that's fucking the craziest one to me is Sleepy Joe. How many
Yeah.
times they called him Sleepy Joe? And there's video of Donald Trump.
Same
This is
shit.
back to that other question. There's fucking video of Donald Trump falling asleep in literal press conferences and shit with
Yeah.
national media has cameras on him.
Correct.
And then they're like, no, he was just blanking.
Yeah.
What?
And like him slurring his words or whatever. And like we
Yeah.
literally have Kofifi. And he just did another one. Like he just said something else that was like insane. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's paralleled.
I agree. Joe the Schmo says Mary Lucier has opinions on Venezuela.
Nuclear. Venezuela.
She does.
Yeah, that's true.
Zilla the God says, shout out to Mary Lou if you're listening. Hold your ground more when being interrupted by Bob. You put effort into your notes. Don't let him consistently roll over you with some repetitive one-liner. You know what? I will say this of my mom, of anybody else on this show. She's probably doing the second most work of anybody behind me. Do you read the topics when I send them?
Yes, I always read the topics. 100%.
Okay. So you're reading them. Mom's making notes off of them. Dad can't fucking be bothered with any of that shit. 100%. He ain't reading a word.
I read everything that you prepare, just like I've read every book you've ever written. I've seen your movies. Like, why would I not? Like, why would I not? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Hunt 966 ML needs to start having to follow up on her. I will look this at up. I will look this up, I think is what is meant. That escape is making the show unwatchable. Also, Bob calling you a motherfucker next to Mary Lou. Yeah, he was on one today. And I agree, Hunt 966. We talked about this a little bit earlier in this live. I'm going to start trying to like pin her down when she's like, I'll look that up. Because I know she said that multiple times about the same subjects, and she clearly is not looking it up.
Yeah.
We will get to the bottom of these things. Lana Bell says, Canada here. How did you guys get here politically? Seriously? You talking about America? I mean,
yeah.
This is a very long story. I think, I mean, it's hard to, huh?
Like all the way back to Ronald Reagan?
I think back to the dawn of time.
Yeah.
What was the first government? It was a bigger, stronger creature looking at a weaker creature who was eating some food and saying, give me your fucking food. And then kicking the shit out of that weaker creature and taking the food. That's the first government.
Yeah.
We are still there. We just have bigger sticks. Evelyn says, Haley and Chad, were your parents ever more open-minded and or compassionate?
I think mom, like dad has his own way, you know, of showing us that he loves us. And for us, it was like, you know, he spent so many hours teaching me and coaching me how to play softball. Same. And I think that was the love, you know, or like buying us the things we needed, or, you know what I mean? Like it was shown differently. Mom was pretty nurturing. Like she was a nurturing mom. When we were sick, she'd take care of us, you know. So, I mean, yeah, when we were littler, I think we got a lot more compassion, us personally. I don't really recall like how they felt about the world though at that point in time. I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, my first kind of political memory, I guess, of dad was during Desert Storm. I must have been in junior high, maybe 7th or 8th grade. And I remember him just being like salivating to get home and watch the news coverage because we were just like blowing the shit out of our enemies.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they were a little bit more when we were kids, but this one is from F. Frejo. Have you considered doing live fact checks more frequently? Your mom deflects by rehearsing scripted lines and saying she hasn't heard about a topic. I have. This is my goal for this show, F. Frejo. I would like this show to get big enough that we can be shooting it somehow in an actual studio and have like a person who is doing live fact checking for us as we're having the conversation, have somebody who could help me produce this show. Right now it's literally me doing all of this and it's a lot. So I do my best with the live fact checking, but I can only get to so much, unfortunately. But I would love to have that capability. Alexandra Margaret says, my husband and I watch from Canada. Although we aren't big fans of the US right now for threatening our sovereignty as a country, we do appreciate what you do. Haley popping off is the best.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Shit. If I could
Pop
move to
off,
Canada,
girl.
hey, I love Canada. I've only been to Toronto, but like,
Yeah.
vibe there is like so much better.
Other than the 11 months of brutally cold winter per
No,
year.
I don't mind.
Other
I
than
don't
that,
mind it. No, I like the snow. I think I could
yeah.
be happy in Canada. We've talked about it,
The
but
first time I ever went there was also Toronto, and I remember getting off the plane, and the captain was like, it was early January, I think, or mid January, and the captain was like, "Welcome to Toronto. On the coldest day in recorded history, it is minus 32 wind chill outside. Enjoy." And I was just like, "You got to be shitting me!" I was wearing something like this. It was
yeah,
just, it
yeah.
was not good.
No, I love
Um,
Canada.
Bamarola says, Chad, will you follow up with your mom on Trump's cancer charity? She said on Wednesday she would look into it. Okay, I'll ask her about that one for sure. That's a good one. Ross Main says, what do you think it would take for either of them to turn away from Trump? We've talked about this a lot on the show. I don't know. I don't think my dad.
It's their news outlet. If
Yeah.
literally like all Maja news is throwing him under the bus, then they'll believe it. Like this is very cult mentality, and
Yeah.
once like that group turns, but that's what it'll take.
I think so too. We'll take the cult going down, but even like you watch these cult documentaries. I watched one on this TikTok dance cult. Did you watch that one on Netflix?
I did.
So that one, like multiple of the cult members were like, "This is a fucking cult. We're out." But there's still some of those loyalists that are like, "No, we love it."
Yeah.
Or Scientology's that way. So it's like, would mom and dad be the the last people who are going to go down with the ship?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
I really think it's Newsmax. Fox. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Fox does sometimes go against Trump now.
Right.
I've seen it. I can't name a specific one off the top of my head, but I know there have been a few issues where Fox's coverage of those issues is not favorable to Trump.
Right.
It's more covering like what's actually happening. And Newsmax just ain't that ever. And that's the only thing they're watching. I think that is maybe what it would take. This is from Fraser Kelly. Hey guys, do you ever find it hard to separate your relationship on the pod from real life? And how do you manage it? Big love to you both from the UK. Fraser Kelly, are you Scottish? I've kind of talked about this sometimes on the show. I think I really don't. Again, I don't know if this is healthy or not, but I don't think this is reality. I don't think that time and space are real. Okay. That makes it for me much easier to like eject from this a little bit and view my entire experience here as like I'm in a TV show almost or something. Like I'm a character in it, as are my parents.
Well, I don't feel that way. I very much live in this reality, and I feel like it is all real. It takes me like after this episode today, it'll take me 2 days to like simmer down and kind of I have to like distance myself from the episode. And once I do, like I'll call mom and we'll talk or whatever. But like it takes me a minute. Depends on, how strongly I feel about whatever we're talking about. But today really fucking pissed me off. So it'll take me a minute. But I'm able to kind of take the time and separate and then, call her.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't mean to diminish anybody's emotional reactions to any of this stuff or how you're feeling or thinking about it. Obviously, whatever this experience is, we do feel it. Like the feelings are real, even if the shit we're looking at may not be. Yeah, I don't know. What else can we do but kind of like distance yourself from it? Because part of the whole podcast was like, we were not talking to our parents in any real way for a very long time because of politics. And so we've kind of made a decision here to be like, fuck it, let's just take this head on and kind of force a relationship to exist where it didn't before. Right. And that is always in the back of my mind too. Like no matter how bad it gets, still, I think it's better than never talking to them again for us,
Yeah.
or for me.
Yeah.
Everybody is obviously free to build whatever kind of relationships you want, draw whatever kind of boundaries you want, whatever works for you in your life. For
Right.
me, I want to have some relationship with my parents as they approach death, rather than not, even if it's a clearly toxic one, I guess.
Right. But I will only do this for our parents. Like any other
Right.
Maja, get fucked.
Mhm.
Absolutely not. Fuck you.
That's family.
Like only parents.
Yeah. That's that family dough. Here is Vanilla Gorilla. Do you have to not use listener questions because they go too hard at your parents' example?
Hmm?
I'm not sure what this is asking. We do use listener questions. We have a question in every show.
Mm.
Maybe you're asking, are there some listener questions that I get that go too hard so I don't use them?
Mm.
No. So far, no. We are getting a lot of questions now, many more than I can ever even open the emails of. Basically, how I pick the listener question that we use every week, I open up that email account and I just start going from whatever the most recent one is on, I do this sometimes Saturday night, sometimes Sunday morning. And I'll just look at the questions, each one, until I find one that I'm like, oh, that's a good one. I'm actually interested in what they'll say about this. Like today's was talk about the immigration story of our grandparents, great grandparents and stuff. I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I do get a lot of those questions that are like, they don't adhere to the 1 minute time frame. Somebody sent me one that was like 6 minutes long, and I'm like, the show is only an hour. That's 1/10 of the show is your question. We can't do that.
Yeah.
So I tend to favor the ones that are even a little faster than 1 minute for what it's worth, just for time's sake. From Oink Oink MFer, I think you asked her, but I think she avoided answering. Would your mom care if there was concrete video evidence of an adult human trafficking, or would she only care about kids, or would she's only care about kids? She kind of alluded to that, I think, some episode last week, where she's like, well, but those were adult women in the picture with him. And it's like, right, but what if he's sexually assaulting adult women? Is that okay? And she was a little cagey about that. So I don't know the answer, honestly. What do you think?
I think it all revolves around Trump. Like obviously if this was any kind of a democratic politician trafficking an adult woman, she'd be fucking pissed and
Absolutely.
all over it.
Of
So
course.
it's the fact that it's Donald Trump. So yes, I'm sure she has problems with
Yeah.
adult women being trafficked, but because it's Donald Trump, it's like less of a blow.
Totally. Were we doing the podcast when Al Franken, that picture came out of him faking like he was grabbing some woman's boobs? Do you remember this? And he had to resign from Congress.
No, I don't remember.
All right, never mind. Taylor taught, as a Christian, I would like them to define what it means to be Christ-like. Their values are not biblical. We did this exact thing.
Yeah. They're not Christian.
Couple months ago.
They're not.
They are dark-sided.
Gargoyles and witches. They are not Christian. Mom is like spiritual. I'll give her that. Like I know she talks to Max and Kitty, and like she believes in afterlife and maybe reincarnation, but like they're not Christian.
Yeah.
They're not.
I know. But it's part of the MAGA identity.
Yeah, they're not.
So they have to adopt it.
Yeah.
Limoncello, thank you very much. A Bunkers, do y'all think the hate comments Mary Lou gets from the podcast primarily lefty audience is pushing her further right or making her less receptive? Also, is there a black dress code law? The comments, I don't know. I don't know how many of them she reads anymore, to be honest. She used to read them all in the beginning, but now I think there are too many, and we've kind of told her, like, don't read that shit. It's not going to be helpful. So I'm not sure if they're affecting her at all. As for the black dress code, I don't know how that happened.
I just have always worn black. I don't know. It's what I prefer, and I buy about 10 of every piece that I have.
Same.
So underwear, I have like 25 pair of the exact same. Bras, socks, pants, I have at least 5 of every kind of pant.
Same.
Yeah, I don't know.
What kind of pants do you wear?
So I have like a really nice pair of hiking pants that I bought 5 of because we go hiking a lot, but they're like all weather, so I've got those. I have
What's your everyday pant?
Either it's like athleisure wear.
Same, but what's the brand? I'm like, this is the pants that I'm wearing right now. Can you see these?
Yeah.
And these are my Adidas slip-ons, but these are like kind of sweatpant
Yeah.
thing.
Mine are yoga, like
Okay.
stretch.
Yeah, so are mine. They're from a company
Comfort.
called Public Rec.
Yeah. Comfort is key.
Yeah,
Comfort.
I don't know. We all dress the same. Evelyn says Team Sparrow. There you go.
Hey, kitty cat.
King Bradley says, Chad and Haley, what would your parents have to do or say for you both to finally remove them from your life? Is there a limit to this BS?
For me, it's
No.
my kids. Yeah. For me, it's
Oh,
the kids.
interesting. What would they have to do or say?
Like any kind of disownment or being mean to them in really any capacity about
Oh, I
like who
see.
they are, who they
Yep.
choose to be. Like, if you're fucking with my kids, I'm gone.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
remember in the early days of your kids, there were some issues where mom and dad had like loaded guns in their bedside nightstands and shit when your kids were little and would come stay
Hmm.
with them. We've definitely been through that era. But for me, like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
What else could they do other
They
than what they're
can,
doing now?
yeah, they
Just
can do whatever they
calling us
want.
names and shit.
Right. They can do whatever they want to me, but like it will not affect my children.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Faith Ford, thank you very much. Daniel, KY8YL. Hi, Chad and Haley. Come to Brazil. Love y'all. Bob looks like a turtle. Lol. He does.
Turtle.
Vagarian. Have you looked at the majority report for information on topics? Sam Cedar and Emma Vigland do a great job. I think I have seen their YouTube channel, maybe. That seems familiar to me, but I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. My apologies. R. Gregory Lee, 1977. I cannot understand how Bob doesn't see the parallels to Nazi invasions and the U.S. just taking Venezuela and potentially Greenland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Our dad is cool with Nazis, just to
Right.
let you know. So
Right.
he probably does see the parallels and is like, finally, I'm living in
Doesn't
Nazi
matter.
America.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
mom, though, is like willfully ignorant or blind to those parallels, I think. She's not a Nazi sympathizer,
Mm-hmm.
nor does she glorify Hitler or anything like that, not like our dad does.
Yeah.
So I don't know how she doesn't see it because it is very clear. Also clear with all the shit going on with ICE.
Yeah.
And she just doesn't see it.
No.
This is from Keller O'Leary. Keller O'Leary. Thank you both for doing this. What?
Nothing. Your Irish accent?
Me Irish accent.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you both for doing this. It's cathartic for me, and I'm sure others in the same place as you. Haley, can you tell us more about getting Sparrow? That was my Irish accent. Thank you.
It's a little Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello. Yeah, Sparrow. We have a 2-year-old black cat named Lydia. We thought she was maybe getting bored, and it seemed like she was, I wouldn't say depressed, but like something was going on. So we knew it was either time to shit or get off the pot. Because by the time they're like 3 or 4, it's less likely that, a kitten coming into the house is going to get accepted. So I found this guy. He was being fostered by a rescue. And the description was perfect. He was like docile and loving. And really, the minute we brought him home, we could tell it was going to work. So it was a foster to adopt scenario. Rescued him.
Nice. Yeah, he's pretty cute.
He's very cute.
This is from Heidi L. Trimble. NPR posted a video. So on TT, I think this is NPR posted a video on TikTok showing the weapons used by rioters on January 6th. It's a pretty recent post. They used digital evidence from trials. Would something like that change Mary Lou's mind? I literally played her a video showing the January 6th rioters using fucking weapons, breaking down doors, kicking people and shit. Nothing.
Yeah.
Just nothing. Wasn't seeing it. So no, I don't think it would. Creatures Origins says your recent ep with Just Bob was vile. Do you think your parents show more of their true selves to you when you have episodes with them solo? I'm not sure. Maybe. I mean, there is more of like a team dynamic kind of thing happening when our whole family is in it, I guess.
Mhm.
I don't know, but yeah, that episode was fucking insane. Did you watch that? The one I did with just dad this past week?
Yeah. I really think he has dementia. Like, I
Do
really
you?
think something's going on. He's so angry, and it's, like, getting worse.
But I don't know. I think that, but then I'm also like, I just flash back to how many times driving home from a fucking baseball game with him when I was in junior high and high school and I like missed a ground ball or
Getting
something.
yelled at and, like,
That
poked in
that
the
same
chest
guy was in the
and
fucking car sitting next to me, just screaming in my face, "I wish you were never fucking born,"
yeah,
that kind of
mhm,
shit. So it's like, I don't know. I agree with you. I'm like, that seems like a guy with dementia. Good,
yeah.
the rage, but I'm also like, nah, that rage has always been there. It's always been there.
He's always been an asshole, but I definitely think something's going on. I just don't wanna look back, I don't
Mhm.
wanna be in my 60s and, like, watching dad die, and he's, like, his worst, like, even worse than he is now, and
Mhm.
not knowing that it was something causing that. I feel
Yeah.
like we need to get him, like, legitimately tested, not the fucking clock. Do you know what I mean?
Get data cognitive test. I aced it. It was a
Yeah.
perfect cognitive test.
No, I really think that we need to, like, pursue that.
We are pursuing that. It ain't happening.
Okay. All right.
Anyways, we'll see. Time will tell, I guess. Jorge Alejandro. Hi, I'm from Miami with a lot of Venezuelan friends, and they're all so happy. Their mentality is take some of our oil if you must. Just help us recover. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit today. It's a complicated
Mhm.
situation. It's like, uh, I think everybody pretty much agrees Maduro was like a corrupt, horrible
Piece of
piece of
shit.
shit who was
Mhm.
very bad for the country, and it's good that he's out of there. But the next question is, but now what? They just asked Marco
Right.
Rubio, "Is the United States controlling Venezuela?" And he goes, "Yeah." So,
Yeah.
okay. So now we're in charge of it, or Trump
Yeah.
is? Like, what? Nobody knows what's going on, and there's a
Yeah.
vacuum of like political structure now in Venezuela that's going to have to be filled. And I don't think Trump being in charge of filling it is going to be a good thing, but I don't know. Time will tell, I guess. Um, Sue LB. I'm in awe of your patience and courage. I'm with you, Haley. I don't want to live here right now either. Love from Minnesota.
Yeah, it
Thank
sucks.
you. Last of Academy. Evening from the UK. Hello, Governor. That was my British. Thank you. Love the
Okay.
show, but it absolutely boils my piss. That sounds like a very British
I
phrase.
love it,
It's
brother.
boiling my piss. How you both know when an apology is warranted, but it never is reciprocated because they don't do anything wrong.
Yeah, it's just we've lived this
Last
way.
of Academy.
I'm 44 and I don't think I've received a single apology from our parents in
And I'm
44 years.
29 forever.
And
MJ, thank you very much. The one from None says, I meant her. She doesn't trust anything you show. Yes,
yeah, it's
exactly
true.
correct. She does not. S and Rad Comedy, Sandrad Comedy. Thank you very much. Vecna. Oh,
Oh,
well. Chad, Haley, love you both. And I am proud and impressed at the work you're putting into your relationship with your mom and dad. On a side note, Chad, I caught your segment with Meredith on spiritual reality and crave more. Yeah, I went on a podcast. I don't know how long ago that was, months at this point, talking about like astral projection and things of this nature.
mhm.
I'm getting closer. My 2026 resolution is to get out of this goddamn body, go
Oh,
flying around, talk
okay.
to some entities.
In with your Irish accent?
Yeah. Hello. Hello, shadow entity. Good to meet ye here on the astral plane. Steak Music says, where does Bob's intolerance for humility, vulnerability come from? Was his dad constantly putting him down and criticizing thoughtfulness, emotion? No. I believe it comes from him being adopted, having no real emotional connection with his adopted parents. They were not very nice to him as a
Mm-mm.
kid. And I think he grew up with this attitude of it's me against the world, and the world doesn't give a fuck about me. So I don't give a fuck about the world. I'll
Yeah.
do whatever I can to beat everybody.
Yeah. I mean, he has stories of like his adopted mother would tell him and his sister, who was also adopted, uh, if you're not good and if you don't behave, we'll just send you back to the orphanage.
Yeah.
So there was like some wild shit going on
And
there.
they got beat with coat hangers and shit.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he went through some shit. Like, and I'm not trying to excuse any of his attitudes or
Yeah.
behaviors, obviously, but I think there is a reason for them that is
Mhm.
very deep rooted in a horrible childhood.
Yeah. I mean, he was beat. Like,
For
they were
sure.
beat, verbally
Yeah.
abused, physically abused. Dad and mom never went to their sports events or anything. Like, it was very much keeping up with the Joneses. They adopted children because that's what everybody had kids.
Yep. Exactly. Kim Ree Crawford. I think I'm saying that right. Hi, love y'all, Chad. I finally got around to listening to your pod with Bob the drag queen today and thought it was so ironic that you've seen the comments suggesting y'all try to trick them. Continued. Oh, I don't know where it was continued. Or it was, I don't know what CONT means. Yeah.
Trying to trick.
What's that?
Trying to trick. What's that?
People always will comment like, you should read them quotes from Joe Biden and tell them it's Donald Trump, that kind of thing. And I'm like, that I just don't see any benefit in that.
Right.
It will only anger them. And I'm not like interested in tricking them. I'm interested in making them see the light, Yeah. NBJ777. Chad mentioned on Bob the Drag Queen show that you didn't want to trick your parents. Oh, maybe this is the continuation with gotcha type of questioning. Today, your mom did that. Has your opinion changed? Oh, yeah. I just went back when I was cutting the episodes, cutting into clips today and rewatched that. Yeah, where she was like, who do you think that was? That was George W. Bush. And it was like, so it's just another fucking Republican president did the same nasty shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're proving our point, if anything.
Yeah.
So the trick didn't quite work. It did not change my opinion, though. What did the Obamas say? Take the high road. Limoncello says, so it's okay to have justice for Lake and Riley, but not the Epstein victims. Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rebecca Jones, I think your parents would benefit from watching the Baron Coleman podcast. He's a rep, not MAGA, Republican, not MAGA. Could be a good off ramp. I'll check it out. I bet we will never get my dad to watch anything other than Newsmax, but
no,
perhaps
mom might.
Yeah. Phil Meyer, do your parents believe Epstein wasn't a PF? What's PF?
Pedophile.
Oh, until after Trump broke up with him and the trafficking all stopped when he died. No, they think Trump, or at least my mom does, thinks Trump was a literal FBI informant going like deep cover in a false friendship to get evidence to bring him down. She literally believes that, or at least says that.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
I can't, it's like, I expect some of these behaviors from, maybe uneducated people. But I think it's because they only watch Newsmax. Like
100%.
Mom and dad aren't stupid, but it's like they literally are just being fed all of this bullshit propaganda. 100%. It is a cult. Like they have been brainwashed.
For anybody out there who has never seen Newsmax, I didn't even know how to get it. I thought you had to have satellite, but it's on. I have YouTube TV. It's on YouTube TV.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge you, watch Newsmax for like 10 minutes. Just watch one of their morning news shows. Your mind will be fucking blown. The news crawl. Just watch the news crawl for 5 minutes. It's the same like 5 things, none of which are news. It'll be like Obama was the devil, but it'll be misspelled and shit. Like it's unreal how bad it is. And that's all they're watching. This is from Faith Forward. Mary Lou, I applaud you for not wanting to believe everything shown to you without doing your research, but can we get updates after you do? Love the pod.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. She's not here right now, but we'll tell her that. Staceface 5000 says, Haley, I was literally cheering you on today. Mad respect, Queen.
Hey.
Chad, how do you choose what clips sources you use to educate Mary Lou in the hope she finds a source credible? I'm just showing her stuff that I'm seeing in my bubble. You know what I mean? That's kind of the point of those Wednesday episodes, is to be like, show me something from your bubble, I'll show you something from my bubble. The people that I'm primarily following and the clips I'm using primarily are from like the big left-wing YouTube podcasters who all have at least 1 million followers, and some of whom have interviewed huge political candidates and stuff.
Someone's watching from Scotland at 2:39 a.m. Somebody's watching from Scotland at 2:39
Scotland.
a.m. Scotland.
Dinnerfash. I ken you're watching from Scotland. Thank you very much. That was my Outlander. D. Mooney, California says, that show today, Jesus fucking Christ, they have a mantra. Trump is my president. He is making America great again. He's keeping us safe. Your mom cussed,
Just repeats
Oh,
that over.
just repeats that over and over when things get sticky. I know. The mantra, D. Mooney, California, is one of the hardest things to accept. That's
It's
that's
Heaven's Gate. It's Heaven's Gate.
That's the cult. That's the cult. Yeah. Wax on, wax off, my son says, do you feel like you live on a roller coaster? You have these small breakthrough moments with your mom and it slips away. I just could not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. It's difficult.
It is. I mean, here's the like truth of the matter is this. I mean, how do you even put this into words? My brain identifies systems. It's basically all it does. It identifies systems. It looks for ways to make them more efficient or to augment them or manipulate them in some way that I find entertaining. It's what I do in all of my other podcasts as well. One is about reality TV, where I have identified a system in The Bachelor that is like a sport. I now train people to infiltrate that show and play it like a game. And I have been doing that for 4 years. I love that. It's all my brain does. I see this current political system and I see where it's headed. We're coming to a point where it is going to collapse. Everything the Republican Party is doing. And I don't know if that's going to happen with Trump or the next person that's at the apex of the Republican Party, but it must collapse. And that could be after much more tumultuous shit happens. And it's like part of a revolution type thing. I don't know. But we're approaching a time, I think, in the next 5 years that is going to be post-Trump. Whether that's because he doesn't run again or that the whole Republican Party has to be revamped or something, I don't know. But it feels to me like that system is about to crumble in the next 5 years. I don't know if you consider that like about to crumble. Nonetheless, once that happens, we're still going to have these two fucking parents.
Yeah.
Now what? And part of this whole podcast is, for me, about like establishing this relationship. So when that system does crumble and the kind of magic spell that is being woven over all of MAGA, our parents included, dissipates, what are we left with? And if you don't have a relationship with those people, it's going to be much harder to now form one where do they have to apologize to you? You know, how does that even fucking work? So,
well, we know how that works because our parents have systematically kind of cut ties with everyone in their life.
Yeah.
Familial ties.
Yes.
Like we're the only ones left. Yeah. So, I mean, if we didn't do this, I don't think we'd ever talk to them again.
I agree. Now has come the time in our live show where I have to ask you to please stop putting money in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone who has done this, who has donated and asked these questions. But I see we have a very big backlog of questions here. I tried to look today on how to turn off the ability to give money in YouTube. I couldn't figure out how to do it. My apologies on that. We are going to try to answer the rest of the questions that are in the queue in the next 15 minutes here. But please don't put any more money into the queue because I want to try and get through all of these in a timely fashion. Thank you very much. Bathtub Toaster, thank you. Louisa Goldberg says, have you spoken to your mom since the show aired today? If so, how did that go? She looked real pissed. Haha. I talked to her for about, like when we record the show, we recorded on the software called StreamYard that takes a couple of minutes or whatever after we finish for the files to upload. So everybody has to stay online. I talked to her for like 2 minutes or something while that was uploading. And she was over it, you know? So we'll see. I haven't talked to her since though.
It's interesting. I have received no communications, no comms since this morning.
Let me see if I got any. No.
But it is interesting. Like
clean comms.
They will berate us, call us names. We're just supposed to endure, you know, accept the blows. But the minute that I fucking fire back, well, I'm just not doing this anymore.
Yeah. They have a kind of child's defense strategy of like, well, now that you're mad at me, I'm not. Hey, fuck you. Then I just won't talk to you. They do. I mean, you've seen Dad has done literal silent strategy to us on the fucking show. We're on a damn podcast where the whole premise of it is we're talking about political issues, and he'll silent treatment us like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, but this has been lifelong. It's been our whole lives.
Yeah.
Like we've just kind of learned that we have always had to be the bigger people, or it doesn't go in it. Like it's over.
Yeah.
I literally think we would not be talking to them had we not decided to do this.
Motherfucker, I literally was like, should I do this? Should I fucking do this? Might as well. Then I asked Mom, do you want to do one episode with me and see if we can even talk for an hour? We did that first episode. Then Dad got jealous that he wasn't on the podcast. I hit you up and I was like, I'm thinking about doing this. Do you want to do one? And then we just kept rolling from there. Yeah, it's fucking wild.
And that was after literal radio silence for like a year.
Yeah.
A year.
God.
I got blocked on social media. I knew nothing.
I don't remember that.
Mom blocked me on all social media and like unfollowed me and all this shit. I did not speak to them for a year. Like the holidays came around and we just took the kids we went to like New Orleans. We went to Colorado. We didn't see them, talk to them for a whole year.
I just remember there was a time where I would get calls from Mom. She got another tattoo. Right. I'm just like, why are you fucking calling me about this? She just wanted to be like pissed at you without talking to you. So I would be like a weird surrogate punching bag when you would get another dog or another tattoo.
And
she's got too many dogs.
In my fucking 40s and have like raised 3 kids. I own a business. Like,
exactly. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
OS9828 says, hi, Chad, Venezuelan here. I wish I could speak. I have a million things to say. Venezuelans are celebrating. Things can get worse. Please teach Mary Lou to say Venezuela. Lol. I mean, I'm happy that Maduro is out of there, obviously. I'm happy for anybody who is happy about that. I just am like, it's hard not to question the methods by which that outcome has occurred. You're looking at now Donald Trump and his cabinet being the people who are going to install whoever this next person is.
It's like you're swapping one dictator for another. Yeah. And it's, I understand like, the celebrations because Venezuela has been under a dictatorship. I understand it, but it's like, I don't think there's going to be repercussions. There's going to be ramifications. Donald Trump is now in charge of this country.
Yeah.
And we know what he's done to our country. So that's fucking scary.
I agree. 100% agree
scary. On that. I'm happy for them that the piece of shit that was in charge is gone, but like now you're stacked up against another piece of shit. And he wants your fucking oil. Like that's scary.
And he's got it. He's getting it. Awesome Possum. Thank you very much. Nautical. Oh, nautical. Now I see. It's mind-boggling to me that MAGA wanted to murder Venezuelans on the boats a week ago. Now they're like, liberate the Venezuelans, save them.
They don't
totally agree.
It's not about Venezuelans.
No, I think it's about having a war, being like a military power. Trump has said he wants to be a dictator. Now he's just doing it. He's going to try and like gobble up his men. I think this is the first of a few countries that he's going to do this with. I don't know what the next one is, but I don't think he's stopping here. Wizard of Brew says, any special guest lines up for future eps? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Wizard of Brew. Hopefully this Friday, you might be getting a very special episode that will not specifically be about politics. I'm sure it will come up. I'm sure it will be impossible to not have that in there, but
so somebody that I work with, she has a trans wife and they follow a lot of like trans pages on Instagram. And she told me that this really well-known trans comedian wants to be on the show. I need to look into this, but I'll try to hit her up and see if she's interested.
Yeah, I'm totally down.
She's fucking hilarious. So
I would want to get some more guests on. I am just like, what is that format? Is that a whole different episode where we have a guest come in to just like kind of talk to us? Or do we just throw a guest into the, what do they call it, out of the frying pan into the fire or whatever, and like just come on a Sunday episode? You're part of the family now. We've done that a couple of times. I don't know if it's ever been if it's ever gone well.
I no, but I would really like to have specifically mom engage with a transgender person.
Okay.
Like period. I
Yeah.
think that it might enlighten her. I think it
I
might change
agree.
her mind.
Yeah.
She
Maybe.
doesn't understand, like people are people. You know what I mean? Like she
Yeah.
just doesn't get it. So I think if she could
Oh, I
interact with
said it
anyone in the trans
too.
community, it would benefit her.
I agree. Shmi, do y'all honestly think there could be anything that would truly turn Mary Lou away from Trump? If so, what? Something she couldn't say was AR fake. We kind of talked about this earlier, Shmi. We think maybe like hardcore, irrefutable video evidence of Donald Trump committing crimes against children.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. Maybe not. Yara Paula says, I'm in the military and from PR, Puerto Rico, and I don't want to fight against fellow Hispanics for the rich to get richer. Agreed.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen.
Same. Coops3477 says, not sure if I missed it, but still so curious of Haley's skincare routine. Your skin is flawless. Look at that.
Thank you. Sunscreen. I drink pretty much only water. I mean, I'll put I have probiotics and like some greens that I drink throughout the day or whatever, but lots of water, no sun, vegan, lots of moisturizer and hyaluronic acid.
Nice. Nat Cara Music. When they say he's my president, you should remind them I'm your child. Oh, interesting. Do you remind them that they're your parents when you're mean?
It is interesting, because there's nothing I wouldn't do for my kids.
Yep.
There is no one above my children, in the food chain. So it is interesting to see their reactions and to see how they treat us and how this has all transpired, knowing that I'm a parent now. So I understand that relationship. There is literally nothing my kids could do to fucking pit me against them. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we are on the other side of the adversarial psychological line for each of them, I believe. Mom, maybe a little less so.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Dad really does see us as the enemy at this point. Chet Czar, I was surprised at how upset Mary Lou got. I didn't think Haley was that much more pissed than usual.
But I did say they were dumb as shit or something.
But it's not just that, too. Dad exacerbates it. He escalates it by when you're like, fuck you, you're a stupid piece of shit. And then he's like, no, you're a stupid piece of shit. And then you're both going back and forth, and Mom's sitting right next to him as he's screaming. I think it kind of compounds the issue. But yeah, she was affected today. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, this podcast has always been at will. Any of us are free to do this or not do this at any time.
Yeah.
Nobody is chained to this, We'll
I did say I was sorry. So hopefully that will
say in the end. The apology. We'll see if that landed with Mom.
Yeah.
From Ryefill, I wish Mary Lou would look more into January 6th and see why cops and security were, quote, letting them in. Lol, much love from Canada, eh? She's never going to look at that stuff.
Is that Attack on Titan? Is that Levi? Is that a Levi drawing?
That looks like maybe Gut from Berserker.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure. Kevin Cito 222. Glad Blob and Mary Boo got it today. They need to see hate they spew. They need to see hate they spew comes back sometimes from your own family. Those are the consequences of their views. Wow. Kevin Cito.
Yeah, I got pissed. I got pissed.
Kevin MCL 80. Show members only Palm Beach. It's like the Real Housewives of Mar-a-Lago. I love Mary Lou's reaction as well. You really see how these MAGA rich live. What is members only Palm Beach? Do you know what that is?
I have no idea.
I don't know what that is either. Interesting though. From D-Who123. Does Bob understand how many people are witnessing his behavior? Hoo-yah, Navy, Haley.
Hoo-yah, Navy.
And what is that? A little boat?
Hoo-yah, Navy. Yeah.
No, he doesn't understand because he doesn't understand how to use a computer.
Yeah.
Or even his cell phone for that matter. He's looking at no comments ever.
Mm-mm.
Our mom does read some of the comments sometimes, I think. Maybe she reads them to him, but I don't even think so.
No.
And again, back to that adversarial worldview, he loves it. If you shit
Yeah.
talk him in a comment and he's aware of it, it fuels his fire. He would love it. Sandrad comedy. Let your mom and dad know that we are concerned about how Trumpism will impact us here in Australia. What stops him? Australia. What stops him invading resource rich Australia? At this point, nothing. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like they would back anything he
Spiders.
did. I feel like they wouldn't give a shit. They would somehow
Huh?
they would somehow justify it.
Of course they would.
Australia.
Of course they would.
Down under. By the way, I think
Toby
I'm
doesn't
going.
care.
I think I'm going to Australia next year. That's going to be our big trip.
Oh, nice.
I
Watch
wanna
out for the spiders.
I
and
want to
the
swim.
Snakes.
I want to swim with sharks, and I want to surf.
Great white.
Yeah, down under.
Swim with a great white.
Now that's a shark.
Watch your fingers when a great white's about. Sean, I don't know why I'm doing all those accents today. Shauna or Sean Akiley. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm so sorry. Sean Asiley, maybe. Can you ask Mary Lou about why Trump bought Epstein's plane and was flying it to rallies? Why would he do that if he was so against Epstein and his crimes? I didn't know that. Did you know that? He
I had
bought
no
Epstein's
idea.
plane. Let's check that out. I will look into that. Better Than 98 says it's only rational peeps tonight. So rather than preaching to the choir, you guys should watch the anime 86, an emotional roller coaster, and then Hinamatsuri when you need a break. I've watched 86. I have not watched Hinamatsuri. I loved 86. Have you watched this one?
No, what's it about?
It's about a alternate present or near future or something where basically human beings are split into two populations. One are the grunt soldiers that are out fighting this enemy force, and they drive these weird like bug like tank things. And then the other half of them are living in like this beautiful walled city, and they are the controllers of the people in the tanks, basically.
I'll watch that. That sounds interesting. I
Yeah,
just watched Aeon Flux.
it.
I just went and watched all the episodes of Aeon Flux not that long ago again.
Nice.
That's one of my favorites. I love it.
Yeah, some great Peter Chung, I think, animated it.
It's weird as fuck.
Thank you, Travis Newman. A Bunker says, would y'all have Bob the drag queen on a weekly episode? It would be so funny. I'm talking to him potentially about coming on my other show, Game of Roses, as Traders is about to start season 4. And so we may have him come on and talk to us about how he thinks that season's going.
He's in LA, right?
He's all over. I think he's in Broadway right now, actually.
What Broadway play?
I want to say Moulin Rouge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Oh, nice. Ryan R 7441. Curious, Bob is a veteran. Does he collect veteran retirement benefits? Yes, he does. VA healthcare? No, he doesn't. Veteran disability?
Maybe.
Does he? Maybe. He has some hearing loss.
Yeah.
Social Security? Yes. Isn't that socialism? Oh, wait, let me guess. I earned it.
Right.
You guessed right,
You
Ryan
got
R.
You got it.
That's exactly correct. Fraser Kelly. I'm English with Irish grandparents. Well, not Scottish anywhere with a name like Fraser.
Fraser.
I guess Kelly is more Irish. Horse Ketchup says, Haley, how did you end up living in Texas? Chad and Haley, will your significant others ever come on the show?
How did I end up here? So Chad and I grew up in a suburb of Dallas. I went away for college, met my spouse while I was there, and we both, when we were looking for jobs, senior year of college, we both landed jobs back in DFW. So we came here with the jobs and stayed for a little while. I think we had 2 kids here. And then I was like, we got to get the fuck out. So he found a job in Colorado. We transferred there. We lived in Colorado, I think, for about 6 years. And we moved back here again with his job. And we kind of moved back to the same area because I'm familiar with the school systems and shit. So we rooted here with the kids. We have one more in school, in public school. She'll be done in 1 year.
That is insane.
She'll be done in a year, and then...
God, I feel so old.
I don't...
29, of course, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
An old 29.
Yeah, isn't that fucking insane? So like I've got
I remember when they were
one.
all babies, like it was
I
yesterday.
know. Well, tell me about it. I have one who will be
Oh,
a
fuck.
senior in college
Yeah.
next school year. I have one we're literally driving in a week to college in another state in the Northeast. And then I've got the baby who graduates in 1 year. I'm having mental breakdowns, like crying in the middle of the
Oh
night and
no.
can't breathe because we're taking her. I didn't realize that it was going to hit me this hard. Like
Yeah.
taking Roman ended my life. Like there was a
Yeah.
good 2 months where I just could not breathe. But he called me every day. We still talk every day.
Oh wow.
He calls me too. I don't even have to call him, so that's nice. But this one is fucked up because we've been going to concerts together, going to movies together. Like the last 3 or 4 years, she's been my little bestie.
Mm-hmm.
I can't handle this. Like I literally don't know how I'm
Yeah.
going to do this.
You know, I've seen Dad cry maybe 3 times, I think, total. One of those times was him dropping me off at USC.
Yeah. So if our asshole dad gets emotional dropping
Yeah.
off his, imagine like I'm literally crying every day. I can't, and I'm not a
Oh, that's
crier.
terrible.
Like I
But
cannot
just
fucking
think of like
breathe.
what great adults they're gonna
And
be
I
and all
know,
of
and
that
I
shit, you
know.
know?
I pushed them their whole lives to like attain what you want to attain. Like
Yeah,
dream big and fucking go for it. So I've always told them like no, you got to get out of here to go to school. You got to get away from the house because I believe that there's like a tremendous growth that happens in those 4
absolutely.
years. And so like I know that that's what's best for them, but it's not what's best for me. I don't want them gone. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, you guys think you might move like wherever I am in 4 years after college, you know? And they, I gotta make my own way. I don't know that
Mhm.
yet. I don't know. I don't want them gone. I don't want them gone.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Interesting. Bathtub Toaster, thank you very much. Sebs 209, love y'all. My intro to the pod was SEAL Team 6 mall execution. Do you remember that when Dad said that Donald Trump could march into a mall and kill me, basically?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the Kansas State memorabilia man cave. Moments like that show how shared interests can be real entry points for reconnecting. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Sebs. Jeanette Galloway says, great show. Can you show Mary Lou information about pre-election Trump being a Democrat, university fraud, failed businesses, previous EPs seem like she doesn't know. We have talked about that stuff. Maybe I'll try to put together something like that for a Wednesday episode. Just go through all of his shit, the Trump University, the fraud case, the charity, all that stuff. That might be interesting. Evie and Evla? Evie and Evla? I don't know how to say this. I'm politically with Chad and Haley, and I love animals. Grew up having horses in California, so I requested Mary Lou on Insta. She's not accepted. Is it because I'm Mexican? Oh my god! Maybe because she doesn't even know how to accept friend
Yeah.
requests. I think that's probably more likely. We'll see if we can get her on
Yeah.
that. LBTH9087. You mentioned keeping politics to the podcast, but I imagine their racism / use of casual slurs isn't limited to just the show. That's correct. It's a correct assumption.
Yeah. That's not a fun time.
Yeah. I mean, the doing the podcast has not solved all of the problems, but I think it has made our relationship better, generally speaking, and specifically by putting almost all of that shit in the podcast.
Yeah.
Again, not all of it, not 100%, but
Yeah.
most of it. Katie Lee says, do you think Trump will attempt to invade Canada?
Maybe. I mean, if they got shit he wants.
I think no. I think Canada and Mexico will not happen because they're connected. That's a different thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. God, I fucking hope not.
We're the big bad. So, I mean,
I know.
anything is possible. We are the big bad.
Yes. And is he trying to take over like the Western Hemisphere and then let like Putin and China figure out the other half?
I don't know. I don't know either. That's why I sit around like, so where could we move? What other country? I don't fucking know. Yeah. Is there any country that's safe? I don't even fucking know anymore.
I don't either. We are staring down the barrel of another kind of like axis of evil type thing only we're part of it, which is not good because I feel like whoever
Right.
has the US military is winning.
Right.
I don't know.
It feels yucky. It's like,
I agree.
do I stay here because I know that, like, you know, we probably aren't gonna get bombed and all that shit, but like, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be associated with that. When we
Yeah.
go to other countries, and like a lot of times we'll do activities where like there's other people in the group with us from like
Mhm.
other countries forever.
Sure.
You have to go around, like, introduce yourself and say where you're from. I am so fucking reluctant to tell them that
Yeah.
I'm from the United States. And when I have to say it, I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Of
I'm
course.
like, I didn't vote for him.
Totally. Yeah.
It
It's
fucking sucks. Like, I don't want to be an
yes.
American in another country.
I can understand that. I am also now seeing our little starred chat numbers going up. So I must once again ask, please, everyone to refrain from any more donations. Thank you. We appreciate them sincerely, but we want to get through all of them. And if the number keeps going up, we will not be able to do that. So please refrain. And we're going to try and get through the rest of them right here. Awesome Possum says, how did two seriously conservative parents produce two super liberal progressive children? What steered you both toward the left? Marijuana. No, I don't know if that's true. Uh, like I said, I don't. It's hard for me to like really plug into any of this shit because I just don't think it's real. So it's like, at that point, all I'm really concerned about in terms of like the human experience is that I think everybody should have as close an experience as they can to pure happiness and love and being understood and doing what makes you happy and all that kind of thing. And that's just like antithetical to the conservative movement in America.
Yeah, I
I mean,
think I've always just had like an internal like moral compass.
yeah.
Like even when I was in high school, my friends were drinking, like doing drugs and shit. Like I
Mhm.
didn't do it. I've just never, I'm not a follower. I don't cave into peer pressure. I
Sure.
question everything. I've always been that person. And so I think, I don't know if it was mom and dad inadvertently, you can do anything. You can be anyone you want to be. Like, did
Mhm.
they make me that way? Am I inherently this way? I've just always questioned everything. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just kind of who I am.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Well, to Josh Minecraft, Haley and Chad, what are your thoughts on immigration? I'm the son of a hardworking migrant, and I've been scared due to MAGA wanting them gone.
I think
Um,
anyone should be able to go anywhere they want.
Me too. I disagree with the concept of countries as a whole, and borders specifically. Of course, I think they're just, it's all made up. None of this shit is
Yeah.
real. Even, I'm talking about like time and space not being real on a
Hmm.
fundamental level. But
Yeah.
even like the constructs that we have built to describe this human experience, countries, citizenship, money, laws, none of that is real.
Yeah.
It's all just weird shit we made up, and we all agree to live by these made up abstract ideas, one of
Yeah.
which is a country, or that there is any kind of boundary, or that needs to be enforced by, in quotes, laws, which
Hmm.
require people that say, I believe these laws are real and I will fucking kill you if you go against them. It's
Yeah.
bizarre to me. I don't know how we got here as a species, to be honest with
It's
you.
just yeah, and I think again, mom and dad don't leave like their living room, but as you travel, you really start to understand that like the entire world is just multiculturalism,
Yeah.
and I'm for that.
Me too. It's
I
one
want
big
that.
city. The
Yeah.
globe is one big city.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I don't know. So
I
I'm
agree
all
100%.
for immigration. Go where you want, do what you want.
Same. Sunny Taw 1990. I think the reason they excuse Trump is because they see all the corruption and sleepiness out in the open and assume the Democrats are doing 10 times worse behind the scenes. Love the pod, by the way. Yeah, it could be. But I mean, they see his open corruption and sleepiness, and it's not even that they excuse it, they deny it's happening.
Hmm.
Or at least mom does. Dad sometimes accepts it. And likes it. Jube's mom, Haley, they tend to talk down to you in a misogynistic way that they don't to Chad. I grew up with the same dynamic. You're a badass. Both of you are. Do you feel that way?
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, there's a prime example. I went to college, got a degree, got a job,
Mhm.
and then we decided to have kids, and I stayed home to raise them. My dad told me I was wasting my degree. ruining my life. And then as my kids got older, I started a business. And now all of a sudden, I'm neglecting my children and I'm a terrible mother.
I remember that shit.
So I have never been able to win when it comes to really both our mom and dad because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
And even in like high school, you could do whatever in the fuck you wanted.
So, come again. I had a fucking curfew of like 10 p.m., which I had to break every night
What?
secretly. Yes.
10 p.m. in high
Yes.
school?
Yes.
As a senior in high school?
Yes.
Okay, my mistake. I didn't even have a curfew as a senior in high school.
Exactly.
So
They gave you a lot more leeway
the
socially
baby.
in high school than they did me, for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, that sucks. I mean, it's a shitty thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I definitely have felt that you know, probably my whole life from mom and
Yeah.
dad, but I think it just made me I rebel. Okay, if you tell me I can't, I'm doing it 5 times. And I don't know if it's something that they did to me that made me this way, but I certainly, it doesn't bother me because it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me.
It's a good way to be. Cindy Rowan, thank you very much. Coalboy 92. So happy to see Haley clap back at your parents. They are actually bad, evil, revolting humans. Oh shit. Kathleen Nice 650. Today's episode was tough and Major Raising Cain.
She's asking who is Major Raising Cain.
What is that guy's real name?
I don't know.
I don't either. It's some military guy that my mom quotes all the time. Melanie Howard 952. Mary Lou's behavior today was wild. She can give it, but she sure can't take it. She can call people names, but don't say anything about dear leader. Exactly correct. And that's what we were talking about earlier. That is the dynamic we have grown up with our entire lives.
Yeah.
It's they can yell at you all they want, and then if you come back at them, why are you yelling at me?
Yeah.
Alexandra Margaret 6722. I died when you called him Smokey Joe Tobacco. I only know Newsmatch exists because of your parents. It's Newsmax, first of all. And it's not Smokey Joe Tobacco.
I didn't
think it's
remember
Joey
his name.
Tobacco.
Yeah, whatever. Smokey Joe, whatever. It's all the same. Who gives a shit?
Kathleen Nice says, do you still feel we are making progress with mom? I still do.
Yeah, I do.
I still do. It's subtle, but it's there.
It's one of those things where sometimes it's, one step forward, 2 steps back, but we're gonna get back.
We will get there. Bathtub Toaster, do either of you feel like you have to validate your parents' feelings when they don't validate yours? Love the pod and listen every Sunday. Yes.
Yes.
That's our entire lives as children and now as adults.
Yeah. I've learned
that part hasn't changed. Probably never will.
I think honestly. I've learned so much patience through it that it's made me a better parent kind of because, like when you have kids and they voice like, oh, this sucks. Everything's hard. And you're an adult. So like you have adult problems and you want to shove down the shit that your kids are telling you. But I think having to listen and like absorb, I've just become way more patient because of mom and dad.
Yeah.
I think it's made me a better parent.
Mm-hmm. You know what it has done for me, I think, is kind of a weird opposite thing. I always see in like movies and TV shows and shit where some like young adult kid is asking their parent for advice in some life situation. Mm-hmm. I've never done that. And I don't think, obviously at this point I never will, but I think it's because of that in some way, I don't know. We'll see. Tune in Friday. We may be having a kind of therapeutic episode to say the least.
Yeah.
Corazon de Melon 69. Heart of Melon. Can you ask how U.S. intervention regime change has benefited the average U.S. citizen in the past? Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Vietnam, etc. Well, I'll try to get to that maybe next week. Shmi, where do you think your parents will go politically once Trump is out of office? Fingers crossed.
Just Republican.
Whoever the Republican is.
Yeah.
Bathtub Toaster, do either you feel you have to validate your parents' feelings when they don't validate yours? Did I just do this one already?
Yeah, you already did that one.
Oh shit, sorry. God damn it, where am I? There we are. This is Tammy Stanzel 406. I got a different vibe today. Maybe the parents can sense the BS is starting to pile up around Trump. The Honduran president that was pardoned versus Maduro. Your mom does not know how to make sense of it. Exactly. There are a few of these things that are starting to mount up where she's like, I don't know. I can't make sense of it. There is no party line that they're saying on Newsmax about that. They're just ignoring it.
Right.
Those are the things, like, once we get enough of those, I think the cracks will break. I think. We'll see.
Hoping.
MJ. Mary Lou is obviously an animal lover. What does she think
What does she think of Kristi Noem?
Loves her. They completely ignored the shooting the dog thing. Completely ignored it. We did it in an episode. That was one of our topics.
Yeah.
When her book came out and she was promoting it by like touting that she killed the dog, and they were just like, "Well, that's farm life."
It's just more proof, that they're in a fucking cult.
Yeah. Jessica Kerr, do you think Mary Lou may have trauma related to women? It seems like whenever topics around women's rights treatment come up, she ignores or deflects them. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not that we've ever heard or discussed or know about. Maybe. Yazzie1221997. Chad having huge arms with such I don't. We have thick limbs. We talked about that today. I wouldn't say it's huge arms. It's just like a thickness to the
Can
limb.
that be our sibling podcast?
Thick limbs?
Thick limbs.
Sure.
It's true though. We all have like
stuff. But
yeah.
I feel like my forearms are about as big as my biceps. My calves are like, I remember one time, one of my good friends, you know him, I've known him since junior high.
Yeah.
Told me that I had fat kid calves.
Oh.
Yeah. This is when we were children.
I think that's the same. Was it you that called me the 100-pounder or was it him?
It was it was not me. It was another one of my friends.
Oh, a different friend. Okay. Yeah. Well, apparently we both had fat kid calves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gin up the bass. What is this? Gene up the bass? I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of these right. Bob and Mary Lou sit pissed off in the welfare state of Oklahoma on Social Security as their welfare state of Oklahoma keeps sucking teat off of states like California. Exactly correct. They don't understand how any of that shit works.
Right.
E-Weapon says, I'd love to see you feature Mr. Global's latest video on the reasons U.S. companies won't move into Venezuela. Hope you had a chill dude's evening. Chill dude's evening to you, E-Weapon. I'm not familiar with Mr. Global. I'll have to check that out. Jonathan Postier 943 says, Haley, I'm a baker in Seattle. Let me know when you're ready to move to Washington and we can work on starting up Hive location.
Oh.
Hashtag 8647. I don't know what that means.
Huh. Well, I mean, our plan is literally to move to the Pacific Northwest at some point. That's where we want to end up, unless it's a different fucking country altogether. But Pacific Northwest is my vibe.
Bree0402 says, I genuinely would love a podcast episode where you guys research the topics with Mary Lou, hold her accountable for the... I'll research that comments. Maybe that's possible. I like to do the research ahead of time so that it's not an entire episode of just us clicking on a computer, which I think would be boring as shit. But yes, I agree with you. The researching thing, we will start to hold her more accountable. L Cotton 8788. Do Mary Lou and Bob have or have they ever had any black friends? I have to know. Isn't there a story about why he hates blacks?
Blacks.
There is a story.
Yeah.
Do they have any? I mean, I don't think they have any friends at this point. They're super old. My dad doesn't leave the house. Like, my mom, the only people she knows are the people at her horse barn. But the story, as he told it, was that it was and I don't even know the full details. It was something about in the Air Force, there was a guy in his squadron, platoon, whatever the Air Force grouping is called, who didn't make his bed right or was out getting drunk when they were supposed to be doing calisthenics or something.
So they all had to do, they all got punished for it or something.
And so that's why he's racist now. Makes no sense to me, but makes sense to them.
Right.
Monado Jabroni says, I love that it seems like the quiet piggy thing is slowly getting to Bob and Mary Lou. They were getting upset today. I'm never not going to use that because they just missed it so fucking quickly, but it also kind of
Mhm.
makes dad laugh. Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
He finds it funny. So I don't
he
know.
does. I don't know.
Aubrey Key says, love the show. Wondering if y'all's opinion on generative AI's effect on the environment and art. I noticed Chad and Mary Lou bring up using ChatGPT sometimes. I love AI. I use it for a wide variety of things. I've made multiple albums. I wrote a couple of stand-up specials a few years back and then used AI to make them in Tom Brady and George Carlin's voices. I absolutely love it. I think it democratizes the artistic process. So if you want to make a movie and you can't get a studio to buy it, or you can't get somebody to give you $50 million to make it, you can make it with AI. I love it. I know that's a controversial take. Say what you will, but anyone right now who is using a Google product, an Apple product, if you're using Meta, if you're using any social media platform, you are also using AI, whether you know it or not.
I For me, it's like a love hate.
Yep.
You have to get on board with all of the technological advances or you're going to get left behind. So for that reason, like I have to know about AI. I have
Yeah.
to understand Chat GPT. Um, the way that I operate, like what we do is artisanal, right? So everything we do at the bakery is artistry. So I have like a profound respect for art. Every time we produce any kind of merchandise, I hire an actual artist to do that for me. So I use real artists for lots of projects. And I think I maybe use AI to generate art like twice a year. I do not
Yeah.
use AI for the purpose of creating art. But I'm not in movies and I don't make movies. So that's something different I know nothing about. But for my
Yeah.
personal use, I tend to use real artists for what I need.
I think a lot of people don't understand how complicated it is also to do something good with it. I think
Right.
most people think if you make a piece of AI art, whatever it is, an image, a video, a song, that you're just like, make me this song, enter, and that ain't it.
Yeah.
Like the music that I'm making with it, I'm writing all of the lyrics. I am then singing the songs and the melodies and then uploading what I've made, which is my singing voice is not great,
Hmm.
let's be real. I then upload that and then tweak it incessantly over the course of 3 or 4 days to make one song to
Yeah,
get
but
it how I want it.
okay, so all that shit, yeah, whatever. But like, what about its effects on the environment? Like, it's literally they're bulldozing
What kind of car
entire.
do you drive? What kind of car do you drive? What kind of computer do you use? It is everything has a bad effect on the environment,
Okay,
and it's not stopping.
so you're saying
That's
like all these giant data centers that are being
yes.
built, like that's just going to keep happening?
Don't if you care about the environment and what technology is doing to it, I would
Yeah,
say right now, never use Amazon again. Never
yeah.
use any Meta product again, any Apple product again, any Google product again. Certainly don't drive a car again. Certainly don't eat beef again. We're all doing all of it.
Pick your poison, right?
We're all
Right.
doing all of it.
So this is
That
just.
that argument to me is just like it's a I get it, and I'm not for destroying the environment, obviously,
Mhm.
but it's like that ship has long since sailed before AI was ever even a twinkle in somebody's eye.
Yeah, well, I mean, I said that to somebody, like, "You wanna come at me for generating a fucking Krampus image once a year while you're eating fucking steak every day of your life? Get fucked."
Yeah.
Okay?
I
It's
just
the same shit. Don't come at me if
yeah.
you're partaking in all this other shit.
AI
So
has become like a big boogeyman, but it really, at least from my research, it's very similar to public perception of what a camera was when cameras first came out. All painters were like, this isn't art. This is bullshit. It's taking our jobs, blah, 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 blah. Now everybody's a fucking photographer, and photography is a very widely accepted real art form. I
yeah.
think AI is what is being made with it now is like kind of novelty type shit. It's back in the early days of movies like a Nickelodeon or a Kinetoscope. We don't have the Avengers yet, but we're going to. Um, we're in this kind of like interim phase where the things you're getting are like very early, very experimentational, and you're going to start to see new kind of like art forms emerge with the use of AI. And at
Mhm.
that point, it'll be kind of undeniable. But right now, it's like basically mimicry. But there's going to be whole new shit that comes out of this that we can't even anticipate yet. That's my 2 cents. You got me started. Sorry.
Well,
Um,
I don't know. I don't like AI. I still don't like AI.
yeah,
I'm very
I
much
love it.
like I'm a fucking crusader. Like environmentalism is important to me, you
Sure.
know, like I'm a vegan for a reason. And like I love walkable cities and shit like that. So like seeing all these stories about these data centers popping up and like polluting water and running
Yeah.
people out of their neighborhoods, like that's terrible.
But that is happening with or without AI. That's just the nature of computing and the internet, you know? It's like, and it's not going the other way. That's
Yeah.
another thing. It's like you can say that it's bad, and it is even. It doesn't matter. The train has left the station. It is getting faster and going further, and that's it. So you can either get on board, learn how to use this shit for whatever you do in your life, or you can completely ignore it. But the bottom line is you're still contributing money to it, period. We all are. If you're using an Apple product, if you're using a Google product, if you're using a Meta product, you are contributing money to the development and use of artificial intelligence. All right, we have to move on. That one really, that took way too long. Michael Pearson, my wife is a neuroscientist who studies it. We watched together. She says he is exhibiting signs of dementia. My mother went through similar stuff. We talked about this
See?
earlier tonight, Michael Pearson. We're going to try and get him to see some kind of doctor, hopefully soon. Wolf. My trans furry liberal friend would love to meet your parents in their fursuit. Well, how do you think mom and dad would fucking handle that?
No.
Bad. Oh, man.
They would not handle it.
Yeah.
They would not.
The fursuit may be one step too far.
I don't think mom knows what furries are, so maybe it would be okay. Maybe
if they came in a horse suit, maybe she'd like it.
Might be cute, yeah.
Brenda Arellano, 8776. Which one of you gets dad if mom passes first? Haley. Haley does. That's an easy one. Thank you very much for that question. J Bell, thank you very much. Oink, oink, motherfucker.
No. Oh,
Dad said that today. Did you know that?
I did. Yeah.
I was calling him Piggy. Oh shit. Ambulance going by. Oink oink motherfucker says, my name today is from my favorite Bob quote from today's episode. I don't know how you don't just tell him to shut the fuck up. I just cut that clip of him saying oink oink motherfucker. Jorge Alejandro 672 says, Chad, a few weeks ago I asked about Bob being Archie Bunker, I think, and you being Meathead on this live later that night. We found out that Rob Reiner died. Coincidence? No. You killed him, Jorge. Good job. J Bell 325. What do you think it would take for Bob to give up his guns? Love the show. I got all my friends to listen. Thank you, J Bell. I don't think he ever does.
Yeah.
That's like a piece of their identity. Gotta have my guns. Adam Sladex says, is there anything your parents could say that would make you cut them off? We answered this question earlier. For me, it's a no.
For me, it's about my children.
Augie Z65 says, does Mary Lou Sherlock know that Facebook is not a research tool?
I like that. What was the other one?
Holy fuck.
Mary Boo and
Blob or something.
Blob.
Yeah. No, she doesn't. Facebook and Newsmax are her research tools. Magical Thing 7780 says, did you two always get along? If not, when did that change? Yeah, we kind of always did. I shot you in the arm with a BB gun or something.
We had a few like
kid fights and shit. You split my lip once. You stabbed me once.
Yeah.
Hit me with a baseball bat a couple of times.
Yeah, a few like fisticuffs, but I think we got along for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of like standard sibling bullshit.
Right.
Lisa Lerma 282. I love you all so much. I want to hear more about the astral projection.
Oh God.
2026. I'm getting the fuck out of this body. I've seen things already.
What does Laura think?
Entities.
What does Laura think about it?
She's asked me to not bring entities into the bedroom anymore. Alejandro Castillo, thank you very much. Rach KP, my what's
brother-in-law?
Oh, my brother-in-law. Thank you for this. You're invaluable with these. My brother-in-law is just like Bob at 53, collapsed narcissism. Sorry to hear it.
Yeah.
Ken Moore 674. I would love to see your mom's reaction to Galatians 5:22-23, fruits of the spirit, and ask her to explain how they relate to Trump. Love the pod. I brought up, I forget what it was. I read a Bible quote at the beginning of some episode that was about immigrants, basically like treat the stranger as you would treat yourself type thing. And she was like, whatever, no. And I was like, that's from the Bible. And then she had some reaction to it.
they don't fucking, they're not Christian.
Yeah.
They're not.
It's like when they ask Trump, what's your favorite Bible verse? Oh, I like them all. It's very personal. I like
Yeah,
them all.
they're not.
Lanabelle 1069 says, who would be your dream presidential candidate for 2028, assuming fair elections happen? Lol. Timothy Chalamet. You?
AOC. AOC.
God, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
AOC. Pete
Living or dead?
Buttigieg.
Like, yeah, in the current political cycle, I think it probably is AOC for me as well. I just don't, there's nobody else that I like more or like
Hmm.
trust more or think understands the system in a good way, and
Yep.
has like the best intent for people. Um, yeah, I think it's AOC for me too.
Hmm.
Um, Alana Hyrickson 7594. Hi, Libsibs. Love watching the show every week. I'm hunting for a good show to watch after finishing Stranger Things. Any recommendations? Outlander. Sasanak, you must watch Outlander. Dinner Fash.
I haven't watched Outlander.
Outlander. It's on Netflix. It's also on Stars.
What the fuck did I just watch? I don't know. I'm not on a TV show right now. We just wrapped up Stranger Things, so I'm. Did you watch Stranger Things?
I bailed in season 2 somewhere. I was just like, I don't care about this show
I did
anymore.
too, but one of the kids is like obsessed with it, so
Yeah.
we all went back and rewatched like every season leading up to the finale. Is
Oh, you know what show you want to watch? It's a show. I think it's on Netflix. I think they're going to do another season. It's called The Last Kingdom. It is fictional or historical fiction, I guess, about this guy who was a split between kind of like Saxons and Vikings, and he's
I've
it's
had
so
somebody else.
fucking good.
I've had somebody else tell me to watch this.
The Last Kingdom, highly recommend.
Okay.
Hi, Zimbra. Today, Bob's language is harmful and racist on many levels. How do you assess your responsibility as a host in deciding when a conversation is necessary versus when it risks amplifying harm? I assume this question is pointed to me since I'm the one making the show.
Hmm.
I personally believe all attitudes should be represented, and it is up to the person viewing the attitude if they want to view it or not. But I
Hmm.
think hiding shit like this um, in the shadows makes it worse. And I also don't advocate like, supporting these ideas or anything, which our show does not do. Our dad presents his ideas, we present ours. We
Hmm.
combat him, we talk against those ideas. So it's not like it's a one-sided thing. And I think presenting the conversation between those different viewpoints is important. That's why I called the show The Necessary Conversation. I think literally having him air his viewpoints and having us say, this is why they're wrong, is necessary in contemporary America. I hope that has answered your question. Life's Design NCR. So grateful for this pod. I think you guys do a great job of keeping them from deflecting, but I would love to see more. Okay, what we can discuss Biden or whoever you want, but this conversation is a
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. We do that sometimes.
Hmm.
Whenever they try to deflect, we're like, hey, no, that's not what we're talking about. Taylor Hinman, y'all remind me so much of my own family. It's crazy. My question is mainly for Haley. Has your relationship with your dad always been this way too?
Mm, our dad was never like warm and cozy. Uh,
Accurate.
like I mean, listen, there are a lot of people out in the world who have like parents that like hug them and say I love you
I
every
know.
day.
I've seen
That
it.
was not us.
I've seen it with some of my friends, and I'm always like, what's that
What's
like?
that? Yeah, it's so like, and it's why me and you have problems like accepting compliments,
Sure.
and like even physical affection is difficult for me. Like I don't know how to receive some of these things. But like when we were little, like dad would take me to Toys R Us literally every other Sunday or some shit to like
Mhm.
pick out a Barbie, if I got good grades or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when I reached middle school, we would go to like a music store and we'd
Mhm.
go look for CDs together.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, it became like playing ball, but he spent quality time with us.
Mhm.
It was just kind of cold, I think.
Of
So
course.
he's always been like kind of cold, but he did spend the time with us.
But
Like
that's
we
because
had a
that's how he
present
grew up.
dad. Yeah. Like
He
our
was
dad,
never taught how to do that shit because his parents were cold to
right,
him. His parents didn't give a fuck about him.
right.
So it's like how he never learned it. I don't like look, say what you will about our parents on any level.
Yeah.
I understand why he is the way he is, and I don't
Yes.
begrudge him anything for being like that because I
Right.
know he fucking came from a hard ass situation in terms of how he treated us. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? The
Yeah.
racism, political ideologies, and all that shit. That I don't fucking get. And
Right.
in some ways, I'm kind of like, if you had a hard childhood where you weren't really loved or shown love, shouldn't that make you want to be the opposite? Shouldn't it have
Well,
turned the corner for him?
I
But
mean,
instead, it
that's
just perpetuated.
the psychology is like you either break the cycle or perpetuate it. So,
Yeah.
I think they did the best they could, and I'm sure we got beat less than he got beat, you know. Like it probably wasn't as severe.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
So,
You have to see the
I
records.
I mean, I don't know, but we had a present father. He
For
was
sure.
present
Overly present in many ways.
and yeah, overbearing in a lot of
Okay.
ways. But
Our the numbers are continuing to climb. Please, thank you for the donations. Please, no more. Please, no more. We are almost at the end of this. I think we're about to get through this, but I just saw the number climb up again. Please, no more. We are trying to get through these, but thank you again. Nautical. Have you explained to Mary Lou and Bob what a credible source actually is, i.e., peer-reviewed sources, .gov websites, Associated Press, etc. We
they don't
have
care.
the .gov websites, though. I don't know if those are credible anymore at this
Mm-mm.
point. Joy Division is cool. I agree. Says, I was adopted and abused by my biological mom. It has led me to get into behavior studies and trauma informed education. I do get the rage from your dad. All right. So there you have it. Some people do understand these things. Dan C8388. Haley, I was listening to an old episode and your mom accused you of brainwashing your kids. Does she say stuff like that often? Also, you're a smoke show.
Hey,
What about me, Dan?
you had your big arms were the surprise of the show. Or whatever. um, I don't remember the brainwashing episode. She hasn't said anything like that
Yeah.
recently. I don't know. I mean, obviously they have all of these expectations for my
Mhm.
children. But I have, from the day that they were born, I almost had no expectation. I want
Yeah.
to know who you're going to become. I will help you achieve whatever you want to achieve. And I think I went the opposite way that mom and dad did for us. Like to put all these expectations upon someone, it stunts your growth. You can't reach full fucking clarity, maturity. Like you can't have boundaries. And so, whatever confines that they wanted to put on me or my children, I made sure that my kids knew that they didn't have to,
Yeah.
be within those boundaries.
I always kind of looked at that as like, at least for me, dad was like, you will be a professional baseball player. And I was like
Mm-hmm.
a pretty good baseball player, but even like in high school, I was like, there's fucking guys that are going to get drafted into the major leagues that I'm playing against. There were like
Right.
dudes in high school that could throw 90 miles an hour,
Right.
hit fucking 2 home runs a game. I was not that guy. I was
Right.
like pretty good, a starting middle infielder who had a decent batting average. And I
Mm-hmm.
knew like, that's not going to get me fucking anywhere. And
Yeah.
I loved art and comic books and movies and all that shit. And I knew from a pretty young age, like I had no chance at this life that he was laying out for me. But this
Mm-hmm.
other shit is like totally subjective. Terrible movies get made all the time. I'm like, I can write a bad movie. Maybe someone
Yeah.
will make it. And so
Yeah.
I always thought that was going to be my fucking path. But in some ways, him kind of being adamant, like, you will be a pro baseball player, it made me evaluate that like pretty logically, objectively, and be like, is that even possible?
Mm-hmm.
No. And so I was like, what am I going to do? And it made
Yeah.
me kind of like, at least in my own mind, pivot pretty quickly when I was maybe 7th or 8th grade to be like, I think I need to be a writer or something, like artist of some kind.
It happened for me like junior year of high school
Yeah.
because I'm not a man, so I can't play in the major leagues.
Yeah.
But he had me routed to go play softball in the Olympics. So
Totally.
that was
You
my,
actually could have, though, by the way.
I actually could have.
Yeah. You
I was
had the gift.
I was really fucking good.
Yeah.
But the only reason I played was because I was great and he made me. I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
I hated playing softball. It
Mhm.
like I felt cursed that I could go out there and hit a home run every time. Like it was
Yeah.
a fucking curse because I couldn't not do it. I was like so good at it.
Yeah.
So junior year, I was like, if I don't cut and run right fucking now, this is my life.
I remember
And
when
I
you
didn't,
quit. It
yeah.
was that was a whole like there was a cloud over the Colchin household for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Well, because they were banking on me, like going to
Yeah.
UCLA and then going to play in the Olympics. And
Hell
dad had
yeah.
spent his whole life like
Yeah.
pushing me into this. And
Totally.
I had like a very real like mental breakdown my junior year of high school and thought, I literally have to do this right now. It's the choice right now.
Yeah.
And I went into my coach's office and I said, I fucking hate you. I fucking hate softball. And I threw my uniform at him and I quit.
Damn.
And I came home and my parents had already been notified and holy shit. Um, Walked on to the tennis team and made it. So I played tennis. I played tennis my senior year of high school,
Uh-huh.
and the parents didn't talk to me for quite some time. Ended up going to a college that did not have softball. That was my prerequisite.
Kansas State didn't
Uh,
have softball?
no,
I didn't know that.
I absolutely refused to go to any school because I knew dad would make me walk on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I changed the course of my life,
Wow.
at like 16 years old.
I actually really liked playing baseball and still did it into adulthood and like an adult league.
Hated it. I fucking hated it.
I just was never I never had the juice like you did.
Yeah.
Oink oink, motherfucker. ML cussed today after just last week chastising the video you showed her because of the cussing. I know. I clocked that too. Big double standard there. Anita Benita says, what would your folks think about it? Think about it, the monks and Aloka.
What's that?
I'm not sure what that means, Anita Benita. My apologies. Adriana Casali 7687 says Haley's tattoos on her hands are so pretty.
Thanks.
I can't show you my tattoo, but rest assured I have one. And amongst close circles of friends, I'm known as the guy with the dragon tattoo. Thank you. But Paul 1523 says aloha from Hawaii. Mahalo for your pod and for all you do, coming from a similar family and being about your age. I get the frustration. Thank you very much. Reanimatron, greetings from Texas. Love the show, but it breaks my heart sometimes. Mary Lou reminds me of my own mom. Hope y'all are able to help her. Bob is evil though.
Trying.
Yeah, we are trying. Alejandro Castillo 251 says, as a Colombian, I'm scared and sad. It hit too close to home. You think your mom ever would be able to see Venezuela is not what she's been feed up on. Is not what she's been feed up on. I think you mean, is she able to see what Venezuela is and not what the news is telling her? No, she is a slave to Newsmax, as is my dad, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Giffer95 says, no question here, just love for y'all and keep it up. Thank you very much, Giffer95. Eva Garcia Mezzo 110 says, shut up, piggy had become a popular saying in our home to highlight blatant stupidity. My son said it right before Chad said it tonight to Bob. Glad you're getting some value out of that as well. Southpaw MB, thank you. Ella Alexander M6Y, thank you. Southpaw MB says it's mind-boggling that Mary Lou gets mad at you two when you lose your tempers, but Bob can say the most vile garbage and she just justifies and giggles. Agreed.
Jishikawa
29, thank you. Joss L 1345. Not what I plan to comment on, but you look so young, Haley. What about me? Tyler Garcia 4854. Hey Haley, I went to school Byron Nelson High School in TC. Where's TC? As a libertarian, I hate our government, especially when tax dollars kill kids. Do believe after midterms and Dems win, your parents will quit the PC impeached. I'm not sure, Tyler, what all that means, but thank you nonetheless. Nari asks, jobby is great Scottish word to learn. It equals Trump
Trump shit.
Jobby. Dinafash, Donald Trump is jobby. Is that how you say it? Is that proper usage? I don't know. Sarah Rose, hey, from Australia, you guys are both legends. Every time we think they're nearly there, they deny and deflect. Do you think you'll ever break through, or maybe do you need to try another angle? Thoughts? I think we will. I think we will. If we
Yeah.
keep pushing what we're doing, I think it will work. I mean, it takes time. They're in a cult. You can't get somebody out of a cult. Years is how long this takes, you know?
Takes a while.
Red Run, Red Run. Do you feel that the internet has an inaccurate of your parents? I think probably view of your parents, knowing they can cause stir online. Also, I'm a therapist. If you're still looking for one to help with an episode, let me know. I mean,
they get the angriest version of our dad, but I mean, that's who they are.
And also, I just think, like, I study reality TV very closely, and parasocial relationships, the nature of social media and all of that kind of stuff. Any person you're ever watching on a screen, you don't fully know them. You can't, because you're not seeing their whole life. You're not seeing all the interactions they have with other people, what their relationships are like, how they treat other people, all that kind of stuff. So it's like, no, the view that you get of our family is not complete. It's literally just that conversation or whatever conversations we're having. Even this one with me and Haley, we're just answering questions, you know?
Yeah.
So
and
no,
I don't have veneers, guys. No. Not veneers.
Congrats. You're just getting fucking compliments all night long. I guess my teeth look like shit. JJ Diamond says, hi, Chad and Haley. If Trump asked his supporters to report people who oppose him, do you believe your parents would report you?
No. They would not.
I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that one.
No, they would not.
Northern Spike says, definitely check out Mr. Global. Will do. G Miller 863 says, quick observation. If your Mary Lou thinks Trump was an informant, isn't that a distinction reserved for criminals who are seeking leniency or other bennies? I don't think she thinks he's an informant. I think she thinks he is a literal FBI agent who went undercover to befriend this guy, Jeffrey Epstein, to expose the pedophile ring. That's what I literally think she thinks. Cecilia Zengchen says, The Last Kingdom is done, but yeah, it's great. I think they're making another season this year, which is, if you watch the movie, you're like, well, wait a minute, though. You know, something happens at the end of that movie that you're like, how can there be another season? But that's what I've heard. Game Brett says, do you believe that your parents will eventually regret their political position? Do you think they will turn you to Trump? I don't think they think they'll turn us to Trump. I think my mom's greatest goal for me anyway is to leave California. And I think she does have some hope there. Will they regret their political position or anything? Absolutely not. They make no mistakes. They're perfect people.
No apologies.
Bort says, I highly recommend the channel Second Thought for socialist talking points. All right, I'll check that out. Scron Diggy says, Chad, are you mad? Do you feel Wow, that's a deep cut reference to 10-minute podcast when my good friend Will Sasso and Tommy Blacha used to quote Charles Manson to me. Are you mad? Do you feel blame?
Nice.
Spanish. Sarah Rose says, last super chat, I promise, but only to boost Chad's ego. Chad, you fine, even with half the mustache. Fuck yeah. Thank you, Sarah
Can you
Rose.
explain to everyone right now, though, who's watching, why you have a half of a mustache?
I can. And we have only one more comment. It's in the same vein. This is it. Madzenb says, Chad, you look great. Zaddy, hee. Thank you. The half mustache is because of a little thing called cancer. You see, well, Jesus, it's 7 years ago now. I had a little, what I thought was a zit above this lip right here. And I was like, that's weird. And it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And I was like, something's fucked up. I go to my dermatologist. They're like, it's cystic acne. And I was like, I'm 40 at the time, 2 years old, I think I was. 22. And they injected it with cortisone, sent me on my merry way. 3 days later, it had like tripled in size. I went back. I'm like, this is not fucking cystic acne. What's going on? They biopsy it. Oh, cancer. Oops, our bad. I am then under the knife less than a day later doing this process called Mohs micrographic surgery, where they essentially scoop out the shit in wherever your cancer is. They scoop it out. Then they look at that under a microscope to make sure it's like a clear area all around it. They did that for a whole day. The doctor is like, I'm pretty sure I got it all, stitches me back up, comes back. Well, we did look at it on the microscope. There's a little cancer left in there, but no big deal. Your body will clear it. And I was like, what? I had just gone through a full day of like having my face carved. So I was like, I guess I'll trust what you're saying, doctor. I leave. 3 days later, there's 3 more spots emerged. Back to the doctor. 3 days now of surgery all day long. Cutting, cutting, cutting. There was a day where they cut through the lip, blood fountaining everywhere. I'm laughing like in a weird kind of absurdist state. As I have told you, I don't think any of this shit's real anyway. And I was just like, this is the human experience, right? I'm like the Joker, just blood fucking all over my face. The doctor's like, are you okay? Why are you laughing? So they carved out a chunk on my face that was basically like this. Looked like a Walking Dead zombie, just teeth exposed. And then they yanked it back together, stitched it up, and I had to go have radiation for 6 weeks. And as a result of all of that, the missing chunk of the face, as well as the radiation, hair does not grow here anymore. So
What
I have
kind of
now
cancer was it?
squamous cell carcinoma. My oncologist said it was the most aggressive type he'd ever seen, including his time spent in Australia,
Oh, perfect.
where they have the highest rate of skin cancer of any country in the planet.
And that's why I wear sunscreen every day.
That's why my sunscreen is this building that I'm in called my home. I never leave it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. That wraps this up. Wow. Hour and 50 minutes. Thank you so much to everybody for all the super chats. We did get through them all. Thank you to everybody for watching this show, for going on this weird ride with us, with our parents, wherever it may wind up taking us. Hopefully to somewhere good. Hopefully the end of this podcast, whenever that will be, is going to be something very good. I think it will be with our mom. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But thanks for joining us. We'll be back on, what is today? Sunday, Wednesday, with another episode. It may be me and my mom. I don't know if you're going to join us. Who the hell knows? And to all the Traders fans out there, this Thursday, season 4 premieres. Bye.